So, guys, welcome back to episode 4 of Living Life and Making Dreams Possible since 2000. It's been like 3 weeks since I made an episode, so sorry about that if you guys have been listening. And today's episode is the following quote: Happiness comes from you. No one else can make you happy. You make yourself happy. Beyonce. She's a queen. Let me. So, if you don't know who Beyonce is, for my international viewers, thank you again for coming through for this. She is an American Idol singer, entrepreneur, dancer, mother. Yeah, with Jay Z, which I think is incredible. So, with that note, let's get started to my point of view on things in today's world, or what happened to me recently, or anything like that. So, okay. So I guess this one's gonna be about happiness, whether from you or from someone else, or things that won't make you happy, or that didn't make me happy. So, on the first note, if you guys remember from my last episode, or 2 episodes ago, about I made a Tinder with Casper the Ghost, which I thought was super funny. I got a ton of matches and a couple of dimes, not a big deal, but so I matched with another girl who also had um like a ghost picture with her and her friend, which I was just like super like that girl. Boom, boom. So I super liked her, and she like matched with me, maybe because like I thought that was funny, and then like we started snapping in it like on Tinder, and I was like, what are we gonna do about this? And she said, let's hang out for a walk or something, a scary walk. Do girls still do that? Well, it's probably too late now with everything. November's done. I mean, not November, October's done. But anyway, so we matched and I got a snap. So I was like, oh, okay, first good step. And then I was just like, when do we go on this walk? And then unmatched. So I literally got ghosted by a ghost. So I don't, I don't know what I did wrong on that one, but whatever it is. And then I think the lesson that I learned from it is um, you can't make other people make you happy. Trying to tie it back to the quote as much as I can tonight. So I decided also to stop looking for a girlfriend and, just be happy with myself and, just be my true self, my best self. And, you know, if she didn't like the personality that I brought to the table, it's her loss. What are you gonna do about that? You can't make someone like you. But yeah, so I talked to this with my other friend, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just enjoy life, not worry about anything that's gonna come up, with like a girl, because I feel like I've been trying too hard. You know how you can do that, and I feel like if you try too hard on it, like something, especially like something that like you don't know everything about, because I'm only 20. So I was just like, just gonna enjoy for a little bit, because like eventually you're gonna settle down with someone, and it's gonna be that one person forever, which is hopefully a great thing. Like you don't want to get married and then like 5 years later you get a divorce. Hopefully not, but even but you got to be happy with yourself. And I feel like I am, but I feel like I've been over trying to find a significant other. So I'm gonna give up for a little bit. Well, not like completely, but I'm just gonna not give up on love, but just like just be myself, and we'll see what happens in the near future. Honestly, with everything going on, it really just takes like one night to like change everything. Trust me when I say that. This is for myself too. It literally could just take, you know, one day that you just bump into someone accidentally at like Starbucks or something, and maybe she spills coffee on you, and that's how it starts. You never know what tomorrow's gonna hold, um, for the good or the bad. But I think it's like you gotta take it as you come. You know, it's like so she unmatched with me, but it's not like something I did. That's on her, and it's her loss. You know, I did myself. I was like, hey, let's. scary walk or something. That's cute. I thought that was cute or something. So, anyways, it takes one night. Don't worry about that girl. And speaking of one night, oh my God. So, Halloween was this past weekend, which was amazing. It was, with everything going on. I haven't really like gone out for a few weeks because I've been busy with school and two other jobs, three other jobs. Four, if you want to include this that I haven't done for a while, but four other jobs. And I really just go out, I think like once every other week. And it could just literally be like Taco Bell with one friend and that's it. But anyway, so Halloween was great. I went to two parties, very safe. I'm also, very cautious too. So, um, very safe. But one party was a coworker's, and it was like so many people, not like in a bad way, like so many opportunities to say, hey, how are you? Like, just to meet new people, just be like, hey, what's going on? Be like, so like that's it. Like there could have been someone over there, and I did talk to a few people, but that just, wasn't it. But I don't, you know, I'm trying to stop saying for a little bit, but I feel like it's like my natural buffer. Anyways, going back, so that was one party. I met a ton of people, had a great time, and I feel like anytime you're with like great people and people you get along with, which I think is kind of rare now, because some people are like two-sided. I'm not saying that my friends are or anything, but I feel like if you're a girl, it's like hard to find like really good friends because like girls are a lot meaner than guys, which I had no idea about. But that's like another episode for another day. But anytime you're with like great people that like want to enjoy your company and like you just laugh so much, you just have a good time. It could literally just be like, hey, he's like, I'm so glad to see you. Like one of my coworkers said that. I'm like, wow, thanks, man. And he was just a guy. So I think that's just crazy. And then okay, so that was one party, and then the second party I went to, great. It was a great time. Again, I met a ton of new people, and like, you can't do this shit. You can't go out and explore or like meet new people or be yourself if you're like sad and not happy. So I think that's like the moral that I'm trying to take from here. Like you shouldn't let one person ruin your like day or your month or something. So that could go for like anyone that's like going through a breakup or something. I mean, obviously it's a very serious thing. It takes time, but like life goes on, and I think that's like the beauty of it. If you're happy, sad, angry, crying, I mean, eventually everything is like healing. So I think that's also another beauty part of life. We just keep growing and healing, and we learn to find ourselves. So, since I gave up on Tinder, I also was on Hinge, but that didn't also work out. I feel like Hinge was a lot better because like you could comment on like a girl's picture, which I feel like I would definitely have the best like comments if I found someone that I wanted worth commenting. Like it would be like it shows that you like care, like you genuinely care about like that person. So it could be like one girl was like looking for an adventure buddy, so I would have commented, and I think I commented, what was your favorite adventure? So like that, you know what I'm saying? Something to something to differentiate yourself from the competition. And I think that's what Hinge was pretty good too. But I'm just gonna focus on like myself enjoying, and we're gonna see like maybe the podcast could be something huge in a few years. Oh, by the way, if you're any of those artists I mentioned earlier, yeah, you guys haven't reached out to me, so I don't know. You guys still have time. If you guys want to do a sponsor deal, exclusivity right to my thoughts, if that's allowed. So I guess maybe we'll see where life takes me, and I think you could really like 1 year from now, maybe this could be huge. You never know. Like side note. So there was like a recent TikTok that I saw about like how like 10 years ago, one person was nothing. Like Steve Jobs even said that like most people like underestimate what they do in 1 year. Underestimate They overestimate what they do in 1 year and underestimate what they could do in 10 years. So one example was like when he was in college or something. he was collecting Coke cans for 5 cents, and that's what he like survived on. And then 10 years later, or so, yeah, it was like 10 years later, he hired the CEO of PepsiCo as like for the next CEO as Apple, which is incredible. Like, where would 10 years take you if you just put your mind to it? And he couldn't have done that if he like wasn't trying to be himself and be happy. You know, obviously he didn't have like the best days, but I feel like a lot of what you see in the world is based on how you think about it. So obviously it's like not the perfect place, rainbows and you know sprinkles, not rainbows and the saying, but it really depends on how you view it. And that's like I'm also taking a psych class about this, about happiness and motivation, and it really depends on how you look at the world. Some people really don't want to go outside, and some people just want to live in their own bubble, which is okay. But what are you going to do in 10 years when you're working at a company and they expect you to get out of your bubble and take initiative or something like that? Or you're hanging out with like, you know what I'm saying? Your coworkers want to hang out with you. There's just so many reasons, but I think it's like, uh, it really depends on how you look at the world, you know? But maybe like you're happy being how you are now, but maybe that's not, maybe that's because you don't know what makes you the happiest, if that makes sense. Like going back to the example of like working, in your own bubble, right? So you're just, doing your 9 to 5 alone here and there, day in, day out. But one day your coworker asks, let's go grab drinks and socializing. And then you realize that, like, drunk, you might love socializing and having a good time and dancing. So that's like the thing is, like, and happiness constantly evolves, which I think is kind of crazy. Like, your friends make you happy, and then someone else might make you happier, like a wife or someone. We're trying to, yeah. So like that's it could be all relative to what makes you happy, but really depends on how you engage with life. Anyways, so going back to the what makes me, I never even said what made me happy. I think like being myself is happiness with happy. I feel like I'm generally a happy person. Like whenever I go running or anything like that, or like walking down. When I used to go to the city, I would always just smile. I don't know, because it's just like, what are the odds that this is my life when you think about it? A kid from Long Island going to school in New York City. That's like incredible. So I think it's all like relative. That made me really happy. Uh, school kind of made me happy. Um, School really made me here and there, but I think the people that I met along the process was kind of cool. Yeah, if I could sum it up like that, that's pretty good. And I think working on myself, improving myself could definitely make me happy. Like there was like one thing I started to do was running during quarantine. I never ran before. It was like, because the commute I used to do, I used to walk a lot, so it's like, oh, now I feel lazy around the house, and I like now I generally want to run like every day, but it's been like a super shitty weather over here on Long Island, so that kind of made me happy to get out of the house and get some fresh air, and it feels good after that. Like you work so hard towards exercising, and then it just makes me like keep it keeps me up for the rest of the day. Where generally I feel like if I'm just around the house like a sloth, I just fall asleep and that's it, and my day's gone. But you know, and then after that I feel tired from waking up. It's so weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm alone. Maybe other people listen to it. Other people that are listening also feel lazy after a nap and also more tired. It's like weird for me. I don't know. But that's what makes me happy. And I guess working towards my goal could definitely make me happy. I don't know what my goal is, but I think that's also part of being happy. It's like it constantly changes, like what I said, like going back to the example of like workplaces, you know, one day Excel sheets might make you happy, another day PowerPoint might make you happy. I don't, it's just ridiculous. I don't know. I think that will be it for this episode on happiness. Hopefully, you guys found this inspirational. A few quick notices, if I can. I'm gonna try doing an episode every Monday if possible. We'll see how life takes it. I don't know what I'll be doing with school and everything. Hopefully, but this is definitely something that I want to do, as like maybe when I start my career in 2 years. Hopefully, if I get enough. I'm gonna try following through on this goal because it's just so much fun for me to like have a conversation with everyone. Um, Thank you everyone for listening, especially our international base, which I think is incredible. 50% of our listeners are not from the US. So thank you guys. And let me know what you guys want to hear more of, like my take on anything, if any of this makes sense. It might not even make sense to you, but maybe I'm on a different wavelength than everyone else. And maybe it just takes that one person to understand. It's like, yes, I understand Beyonce or something. I don't, it's like, yes, I know who Beyonce is. I don't know, but that, that's for like, other people who don't or whatever. So let me know if we could do a music deal. Anyone, Joe Rogan, maybe you can write me out something, another podcaster. That would be cool. David Dobrik, that would be amazing. Borat. Oh my God, if Borat wrote me a theme song, I wonder what that would be. Probably not the best, but that it's just all ideas running through my heads. Um, all right, well, let me know, you know, how everything's been for you guys. Comment on the podcast, Instagram. Yeah, that would probably be the best way to like reach me. Send me a DM if you guys are interested, and that would be really great. More conversation topics coming soon. I have a lot of thoughts, probably like at least once a week about probably more than once a week, like deep conceptual thoughts that like I feel like a lot of people would be interested in listening. Hopefully, we'll see. And thank you guys. I appreciate it. And good night. Oh, by the way, I shot this podcast November 2nd, one day before the election. Fun fact. So maybe next week we'll talk about the election. If you guys want to get political, I don't know. We'll see how everyone responds. Thank you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.